Sonic Superstars is right around the corner, so let's talk about some mysteries and theories. A super interesting one straight off the bat is that we don't know much about Trip. For those of you who don't know, Trip is this new mysterious character that's brand new to the Sonic franchise. For some reason, she's in a lot of armor. We can't see her face. Very strange looking armor as well. All we see is a tail. Now, the only thing that we do know about Trip is the fact that, well, she trips a lot. She's quite clumsy for some reason. And also, she was hired by Fang and Eggman. So, my theory is that at first she's going to be bad, and then maybe she'll come on outside and be good, and then maybe we might be able to unlock her and play as her. Maybe that's why there's the whole disguise thing going on. I don't know how much she's going to impact the story. I think from what I'm hearing, it might be like a sort of lizard kind of species, which would be interesting. Don't really know much about this character. My theory is that she's going to switch sides, and that's the reason why they've decided to disguise her to hide a level of excitement. And this actually segues into my next mystery, which is that we might get another new playable character that we don't know about. I do think it's quite strange how it's very unknown and it hasn't been introduced yet. I think Trip is probably the most likely option, as much as we would want something like Shadow, Silver. I think Blaze would be really good, especially for you Sonic Rush fans. It's very strange. If you look at the title screen, you'll see a gap opposite Tails for no reason. It doesn't look symmetrical. Don't worry, I'm not OCD. That's not me. However, you can't deny it is a little bit strange. Feels a little bit empty on the title screen. And also, it would be very, very strange if Shadow would just randomly appear in this game. I mean, it would be cool and I don't think anyone would complain about it. But again, my theory is that Trip will be playable at a later point in the game. Maybe we unlock her, maybe we have to beat the whole game in order to unlock her, I don't know. And hopefully it will be without her armor. I'm just very, very confused and wondering if this is the case. Obviously, another weird mystery has to do with the release date or the lack thereof. You lot are going to laugh at me for this. Oh my days, I'm actually going to drop this to you. I went on Amazon to have a look at the box art. This was shortly after the game got revealed. And you know how they put December 31st as a placeholder for when it's coming out? I actually looked at it and was like, oh snap, this game is actually coming out on that day. Like, I actually believed it. And then everyone online was just casually like, yeah, so you see how the placeholder is that? I was like, oh, it's a placeholder. I'm such an idiot. But okay, so thankfully, from the looks of it, it's not releasing on December 31st. However, they did say this fall, so hopefully it shouldn't be too long. I have heard some theories and some leaks saying that it will be in October. As a person who doesn't really follow leaks like that, or at least put their full faith into leaks like that, I gotta be fair here. I think October is fairly reasonable. It's still kind of a lengthy wait between now, which is August at the time of recording this video, and October, which seems pretty typical. They seem to like announce games at a time where you still have to wait a little bit. I think that it makes a lot of sense, and I don't think they're actually going to go for December. If they do, I might have to shed a tear. I don't know, man. Oh mate, that would be so sad. But yeah, it is a mystery as to when this game is coming out. It would be nice for it to have a release date, so we know what we're doing and we know how long we're waiting for this game. It's highly anticipated. Another question slash mystery that I have is, why are some of you guys not subscribed to the channel yet? You've been enjoying my videos, you're watching me, you're happy, you're good, but you're not subscribing. Make sure you hit that big red subscribe button so that you don't miss a single one of my videos. If you love Sonic, Mario, all things gaming, you'll absolutely love this channel. We're almost at 2k subscribers, let's get it. There are also some talks surrounding costumes in the game. Obviously, as we know, there is a Amy regular costume, which is pretty cool, especially for those people who don't like her classic design and much prefer her modern design. fair enough. But in that case, the possibilities are endless for Sonic, Tails and Knuckles. I'm not even going to go into all of those options because we could be here all day. They have other designs that we can talk about, like their modern variations. You've got variations of that modern variation. And then there's obviously like new designs and new costumes. The fact that these characters are gonna have costumes and basically a wardrobe each is insane to me. I said this on one of my recent videos. I think it's quite crazy how, especially for a 2D platformer, they're putting in so much effort when it comes to the costumes and customization and things like that. So without diving too far into it, it's going to be interesting, and I'm very curious to see how that would pan out. Similarly, there is talk about a potential battle mode for, of course, multiplayer, and maybe for online as well actually. Again, I don't know how that's going to work. Unless it's going to be very similar to that Sonic fighting game on the GBA. Or it might be similar to New Super Mario Bros. DS versus mode, which would be cool. I don't know how that would work, honestly. Obviously, like, we can still do multiplayer with story mode. That makes a lot of sense. But with battle modes, again, it's such a brief sound and such a brief title that, like, where do you even begin with that? There's so many possibilities with how battle modes can happen, right? Like I said, it could be a versus mode like New Super Mario Bros, or I don't know, it could reference an older Sonic title. We're gonna have to wait and see. I'm excited to see this though, and I think it's quite neat that they've included something other than just the story mode. So if you want to play this at a party, for example, it's not unappealing because you don't have to start a new story file, things like that. So at 3D World, you should have taken note of that as well, man. I don't know why we still don't have a versus mode for that game. Hopefully in an update. But anyway, I digress. And another thing. Will Sonic Superstars be the first entry to a potential HD classic Sonic series? This may not be the only Sonic Superstars-esque Sonic game. Like, this could get a sequel. There could be more games like it. There could be more Sonic games that copy it in terms of blueprints. I mean, I already know that the 2D genre is already gonna try and copy this one as well. This one and Mario Bros. Wonder. But it's just crazy to me, the possibilities. Like, if this game performs super well, then there is a high chance that they could double down and make another one. Now, we all know what happened with Sonic Mania 2. It didn't happen, unfortunately. But that doesn't necessarily mean that that will be the case for this potential Sonic Superstars 2. We're going to have to wait and see. We're going to see how the performance goes, how the story goes. It might even end on a cliffhanger as well. That's another theory right there. So, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's exciting. And mysterious, if you will. I think the main takeaway from this video for me personally is not to believe the placeholders. I still can't believe I did that, man.